Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Red's Homestead. I'm Red. Thank you for stopping by to watch. Today we're going to be planting up the tomato seedlings. As you can see here, we've ended up with a whole bunch of them. I've had these up in my grow tent on top of a heat mat probably a week now. So they're just in seed starting mix. There's no real nutritional value in this stuff, so we're going to get them out of here and put them in some dirt, and we're going to hit them with some of this fish fertilizer, just a little bit, not much. Okay, we'll increase it as they get bigger, but I want to get some kind of nitrogen base going, because we got some true leaves on these tomatoes, and that's your key indicator. It's safe to start using some food. Get them out of here. I'm not keeping them watered as much as I could, but every day I go check on them, it's dry and they don't weigh nothing. So I know that it's just time to get them out and get them in some actual soil. I'm gonna be putting them in these 1 pint containers. I got a whole bunch of these, so I just reuse them and reuse them every year. This is probably the third or fourth year that we've used these. So if you go to Home Depot or Lowe's and you get pretty little flowers, hang on to these, man. Put some soil in there. Now, I guess the best real easy way to do this is just, to pick up and push with your finger. See the true leaves? That's what we're looking for. I usually just put a little bit, about halfway. Set it up on top like that right there. And put this one in the corner. Looks to be a little more secure. Just using regular potting mix. I don't even know what name this stuff is. It was the big, I always buy potting soil in the 2 cubic feet bags. I just feel like you get your money's worth. Alright, so there's one. We got a whole bunch of these to do, so I'm just going to zoom through these. Be right back. And we will be using the mycorrhiza. I'm going to be using this stuff. I use this stuff on everything because it works and you see a difference. So we're going to be sprinkling a little bit of this on top of the roots as we plant. And basically, like I said, I fill it halfway like that. Take a little pinch of mycorrhiza. Just sprinkle it in there. Take your seedlings and just sit right on top of it. And I got a chicken in my onion bed. What are you doing, boy? What are you doing? Jesus Christ. I gotta tell these chickens to stay out of my grow beds all the time. Just like, we spend enough money on them. You're not gonna get my food. All right. Whew. Red wasp. Whew. Got my form trays here. Oh, they can be a pain to get loose. I will say, if you are going to hoard this stuff, wash it off before you use it. Just because they come apart easier when they're wet. Alright. We'll just take our liner form here. And I'll just start popping these things in. And as we go, I swear, guys, every time I come in here to work, I got a chicken on the table. Look at that one. Decent roots, decent roots. I like it. All right, well, there's one flat done. We got about another one to go, so I'm gonna jump on that one. All right, well, we ended up with 23 tomato up in some pots here. I'm gonna go ahead and get them a little feeding with the Alaskan fertilizer, 511. The water I'm gonna be using is the water out of the pool that my ducks swim in, so win-win there. Just gonna add a little bit, I don't want much. Just a little bit. I like to use a sprayer for my seedlings. Make sure you shake that up really good. Also what I do is, if you get one that has a twisty, you can spin it and make it fine, or spin it back and make it misty. I just take that off. And what it does is it makes it heavy and short, so therefore I'm not blowing my seedlings over. I'm not trying to like get them completely wet and they're hanging down and they're soft and wet. This just kind of gets it down into the dirt a little bit faster, and you can control it a little better. I'll bring you guys in closer. So basically, like I was just saying, I was just take it, and when you spray, you see how it kind of makes it heavy and short. You can get it right onto the around the roots where you need it to go. You can kind of control it a little better, and it doesn't come out too hard, doesn't come out too fast. In my opinion, it just works better when you're trying to water your seedlings. So yeah, a lot of tomato plants here. If I would have went to the store and bought all of these, I mean, that would have been a pretty penny on tomato plants, you know. So I don't shame just going to the store and buying plants, but I also need to practice as if there is no store that sells plants, you know. Keeping your seeds every year from harvest and using those seeds for your next garden. I mean, that's where I want my knowledge to be, you know. I don't want to have to depend on a store all the time. So it's always a good practice to learn how to pop seeds, man. Alright, so we got them all watered in. I'll leave them on these pots and probably sitting right here for another week, and we'll see how good they do. I'm gonna keep pumping them full of this stuff and the water from my ducks mixed with the fish emulsion, in a nice way of saying it. And we'll probably wait, and we'll get them up. We'll probably get them about 18 inches tall before we plant them, just because I want them tall, because I like them when I plant them. We're gonna plant them sideways. So having a stringular plant will help with that. But let me give you guys what else we got going on. The sunflowers are going good. These are the cucumbers here. Cucumbers are finally coming up. These are more sunflowers. They're taking up. Our squash has finally come to life. We've got watermelon. I've got cantaloupe. There's a few more peppers in here that's finally coming up. Let's see. Onions are all coming out. I'm loving the onions. They're so fun to do. Lots and lots of onions are starting to come up. We've got our lettuce coming down here. We've got another row planted, maybe right here. You can probably see where I did it. They'll be coming up soon. Got big heads of lettuce here, there, there. There's another one there, and I got another one there. Our beans and peas are doing great. They are coming to life. These are the beans here on the left side, and I got peas on the right side. I need to get some insecticidal soap because something's in here tearing my leaves up. So they're going for the peas, not the beans. So the beans, they're already starting to get their little tassels, little fingers. You see these little thingies right here? That's what you want to, I'm going to get them a little bit bigger so they have more weight. And we'll start pushing them in and pulling the net over them and letting them just start to take off, you know. And the peas, we'll do the peas the same way. See, there's something's just tearing the peas up. And peppers, still got this one guy here, we got one guy here, got another one popping up. And what I did with this pepper bed, you can start to see here all these little peppers popping up. It's more or less like guerrilla gardening. I just took a whole bunch of pepper seeds, different kinds, and just kind of sprinkled them down all over the place, and put some more soil on top of that and just watered them in. And they're all starting to pop up now. So they'll be everywhere, because what we're going to do with this is we're going to grow them all the way up. We'll get them about, I don't know, maybe yee-high. And we're going to trellis the whole thing and make sure you give us a nice full canopy. And we're going to be picking all the flowers off the whole time it's trying to go to flower. Because that's just the way I do it. I'll explain all that stuff later. And once we get the canopy where we want it, we'll let her go to flower. And harvesting the peppers this way is going to make it a lot easier, especially when you only have one access to the bed, because I have a wall of plastic there. So the only way to get in there is through here. And when you grow it this way, it's going to make it a lot easier to go up inside of here and just pick all the peppers you want. So really excited about that. We've got morning glories in here that they popped up, you know, a couple weeks ago, and I started training them up this pole here, and I'm going to get them to go this way, get them to go that way, and start to get them to climb up this way. So I like morning glories. It's the purple ones. That's the main one we have around here. So I enjoy those. Oh, y'all hear the cicadas, huh? They're everywhere. You see all that looks like glitter in the tree? That's all cicadas. Looks like bees. Let's see here. The garden, corn that we planted is starting to come up. Our sweet potatoes. We got the white potatoes. That's the red potatoes and the purple potatoes. All the potatoes are coming up. We've got our lime tree, our blueberry, our lemon tree, our avocado that we grew from seed, and I still got my blackberry bush. Here's the experimental corn that we got planted. It's doing great. I'm fixing to get it fertilized. The corn that we planted is all starting to come up. There's one there. They're just tiny. They're small. Another one there. I mean, there's just little green hairs sticking up everywhere. So corn's on its way up. I've got our cucumber net here that we made out of bamboo and this green fencing material here. So we've got it all zip tied down. We're going to plant all our cucumbers in here, train them up to go to the net, you know. Lots of fun, lots of fun. All the tomatoes are going to go here. We're going to line all the tomatoes down right through here. We're going to straight trellis them up with T-post, and we'll build them all the way up, and we'll build a little, probably like a little lattice vineyard thing, and all the tomatoes are going to hang off of that. So pumped about that. The squash is going to go here. We'll do squash on both sides. That way I've got somewhere I can walk in between. Watermelon and cantaloupe is going to go all the way down this line of fence here. That way it can grow up onto this, and we can hold them up with pantyhose, whatever we can do. So yeah, as soon as these seeds start taking off, these seedlings start acting to some fertilizer, we can get them in the ground. As far as new construction that I've got going on, this is going to be our blackberry, blueberry, raspberry area of grow beds, and which I'm working on getting it all blocked off from the chickens the best I can. It's not going to be the greatest, but all this will be closed off. I'm going to be working on that later today. This will be our compost pile we were working on from collecting from the chicken coop. So we just throw in all our organic crap right there. We're going to take that new tiller we just got, till it all up, you know, keep it nice and fine. We decided to put it right in this area because this is where the old chicken coop was. So there's lots of good stuff in here that we're going to till up and pull back this way, and we'll end up building a whole little square little thingy for our compost. So that's the next step on that, because that's very important when you're gardening. Gotta have that. This is the pools that we've got for the ducks. They've been having a ball. Yes, sir. But all right, man, that's what we got. All right, guys, I'll see y'all.